My name is Shelith Hansbro, and I am a warden in the Illinois Department of Corrections. I've worked with the Department of Corrections since 2005, and the way that I came to being here, I managed a moms and babies prison nursery program as the warden of Decatur Correctional Center. And so there's a speaker series that PSN is doing, Presbyterian Support Northern. And so there's some interest in what the United States is doing in terms of how we manage the population of pregnant women, having infants in prison, and then in terms of their children on the outside as well. So I'm here so that I can learn from their prison nursery program and their prisons in general, just as they have asked me how it works in the United States, specifically the Illinois Department of Corrections and primarily the Decatur Correctional Center. There are three areas that I think New Zealand could really benefit from in terms of our moms and babies programs. First of all, when we bring a mom into the program after she's been screened to make sure that she really does fit and the success of her being in the program is inevitable, we hope, is what we do is we make sure that the mom's out date lines up with the amount of time that we want the children there so that we can work with the mom on her issues, including her pathways to prison, there's trauma in her background or whatever it is. And then so that we can also work with the child and help her with the child's needs. Make sure that there's parenting classes and other resources so that mom is able to provide to her child the care that that child needs. The second part of that is being able to create and maintain a bond with the children. And so many times during those formative years, you'll find that when children are away from their parents, and especially if their parents are incarcerated, there's more likely the chance for that child to also follow them and become incarcerated also. So those psychodissociative type of behaviors we really are trying to focus on by including that mom and that child on a safe track in a safe place for up to 2 years and possibly a little bit beyond. We're more flexible. We have a women's division is the third thing. I think that many times women are managed by policy that is developed for men. It's easy. Those policies have always been there. So we can recreate them. We can teach them, educate them. We can manage their discipline, manage them in a way that men have been managed when women really have so many different issues in terms of childbirth, in terms of their health issues, in terms of, again, their most of the time women entering prison have experienced some sort of trauma in their backgrounds that's different than pathways for men. So I think really looking at a division that is codified by the legislature. So when the administration changes and the wind blows a different way, that we don't start to move away from those real evidence-based practices that really help women be successful as they make their way through the Department of Corrections and then transition into the community. If there's anything that is going to keep women from recidivating and going back into a life of incarceration or a life of crime, is going to be their bonds with their children. And so that's why we believe that our program has been as successful as it has been, is because we have staff that really work with them, from day one. Day one of your incarceration is when you need to start working on your plan to successfully reintegrate into society. So we have staff that really help them with that, help them with some real serious issues, including co-occurring disorders, drugs and mental health treatment, and just all trauma-informed ways of dealing with women and managing them when they're incarcerated. In order for, I think, New Zealand to really start to focus on how to move toward implementing women's justice initiative, or really implementing changes to their current prison nursery system, I really believe that all people, all stakeholders need to come to the table and really start to focus on the things that you're doing right, and then look at, ways that can be changed, and also start to look at the numbers. What do the numbers say? Do the numbers match up with the successes and the failures? But really, everybody needs to come to the table, and come to the table in a manner in which you want to see deliverables and not just to meet. A lot of people will meet just to meet. This is an opportunity to really see change, and powerful change, that could really be a model for other areas that are looking for sustainable change in their prison systems.